Got an Android phone and not sure which Wear OS smartwatch is right for you? Well, you're in luck. Here are the best Wear OS watches I've tested in 2025 and are available to buy right now. For those not in the know, Wear OS is an operating system made by Google to use on its smartwatches, just like Android is an operating system for phones. Wear OS watches integrate Gmail, Google Maps, Wallet, and other apps available on the Google Play Store, such as Spotify, Strava, and anything else you might need on a watch. They pair really well with Android phones, and while they can be used interchangeably with any Android phone, you might be missing out on a few exclusive features if you're using different brands. Not every watch is going to be perfect for everyone. Those on a Samsung watch may need a Samsung phone and vice versa, but your purchase might depend on what phone you have, what fitness features you're after, and whether you prioritize communications features and third-party apps over longer battery life. If you need to go long hours without charging, you're better off prioritizing that functionality with something like a OnePlus watch or a Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra rather than something like a Pixel watch, which will need to be charged every day or so. Wear OS watches aren't your only option. If you're rocking an Android phone, you can still use Garmin, Amazfit, Polar, and other system-agnostic smartwatches or fitness trackers that rely on third-party apps. These watches are compatible with both iPhones and Android devices, making them great choices. However, if you're looking for the best of Wear OS, these are my picks. The latest crop of Samsung Galaxy watches are great. The Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra is a top pick with a battery life of up to 100 hours in smartwatch mode and a whole vista of adventuring features. However, most people won't need this. The Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 and Watch 8 Classic would be my recommendation for most people, and I prefer the slim design of the Galaxy Watch 8 over the chunky rotating bezel of the Watch 8 Classic. The Samsung Galaxy Watch series offers a load of cool health features, such as an energy score showcasing your recovery metrics, AI-powered sleep guidance, a new running coach feature, a body fat estimation, and blood pressure monitoring, although you'll need a blood pressure cuff to calibrate that last one. The straps and body have been recently redesigned so that the watches fit snugly against your wrist. The screen is beautiful and bright, and even though Samsung uses its own interface, it still runs Wear OS, so you have access to all the apps on the Google Play Store. You can also take and receive calls on wrist, ask questions of Google Gemini, and you have the option to pay extra for a 4G-enabled version that will allow you to do it all without a phone. The downside of these smaller watches is the battery life. It's not as big as the Watch Ultra, as the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 tops out at 40 hours instead of the Watch Ultra's 100 hours. It also misses out on the programmable quick button, that military-grade toughness, its dive mode, and some safety features, such as the ear-splitting alarm siren. If you use them with Samsung phones, you also get to use the watch as a camera viewfinder, although use with other phones requires you to download the Samsung Health app as a bit of a backdoor. I rated the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 4.5 stars over the 4-star Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra and Watch 8 Classic. The Watch Ultra costs $649 in the US and £599 in the UK, while the Samsung Galaxy Watch 8 line starts at $399 in the US and £349 in the UK. It's just great value for money. The Google Pixel Watch is, as the name suggests, Google's own brand Wear OS watch, and its distinctive teardrop shape is now iconic. Now into its 4th iteration, the Google Pixel Watch 4 packs in all the Wear OS smarts you'd expect, including Maps, the rest of the Google suite, Gemini, you can take calls with a built-in speaker and microphone, and much more. You can now just raise the watch and ask it a question to activate Gemini automatically. Hardware-wise, you also get a new domed display in the Google Pixel Watch 4 that offers much more screen real estate than ever, although it does stick out on the wrist slightly as a result. Fitness features come from the Fitbit app, including a daily readiness score similar to Samsung's Energy Score, and a host of other cool fitness features. However, there is a little bit of a downside here, as more advanced health features are accessed by paying the optional subscription to Fitbit Premium, whereas Samsung gives you everything at the point of purchase. However, the Pixel Watch also offers a 5G option as well as satellite connectivity to use for emergency SOS messages and calls in a pinch. It's also repairable, so you can replace the battery or the display without needing to buy an insurance package or a whole new watch to do it. It comes in 2 sizes, 41mm and 45mm, and starts at $400 in the US and £350 in the UK. Challenger brand OnePlus has been quietly making great stuff for a while, and the OnePlus Watch 3 is a true Wear OS powerhouse. It lasts up to 100 hours, just like the Samsung Galaxy Watch Ultra, by switching operating systems, so it's a Wear OS watch when you need it, and a low power watch when you don't, which is really clever. It features a tough titanium exterior and a rotating digital crown, just like the Google Pixel Watch and the Apple Watch line. It's got the look of a classic round dress watch, along with a bright AMOLED screen and excellent sleep and wellness tracking credentials. A 60-second health check-in is a new feature that allows you to track blood oxygen, your body's temperature, your last night's sleep, and a new metric called vascular age, which is similar to Garmin's fitness age. It's specifically tailored for heart health. It's got an onboard electrocardiogram functionality to check for heart problems like atrial fibrillation, so it's great for those concerned about their health. It boasts 100 sports modes. However, only 11 of those offer unique metrics, and the other 89 are just nice to haves. Costing $499 in the US and £269 in the UK, I really enjoyed it during testing, finding that it was a powerful, robust daily driver. OnePlus makes big, chunky watches, so if you like slender models, you'll be better off with a Samsung Galaxy Watch model. It does come in two sizes, the big 47mm and the smaller 43mm, but both models are pretty thick. However, the advantage of the OnePlus is that it'll work well with any Android phone, thanks to the system-agnostic O Health app, so you don't need Samsung Health or a Pixel phone to add any extra features. Even using a OnePlus phone gives you the same exact benefits as using it with another device. If you love running and cycling, and you aren't bothered about Wear OS, but you still want a watch that works with your Android phone, you could also consider a cheap fitness tracker such as the Amazfit Active 2, which is a lower power watch without third-party apps, but it is a 5-star tracker that packs 10 days of battery life. You could also opt for a top-flight fitness watch such as the Garmin Venu, Forerunner, or Phoenix series. These watches are system-agnostic, relying on their own respective apps such as Garmin Connect, rather than Google's suite of features. What watch are you choosing for your Android phone? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time.